My sister-in-law?
Yeah. Did she give you feedback on your rap?
I didn't play anything.
Serena didn't play it for her?
No, Serena wasn't here.
Oh, okay.
So what happened is Serena was braiding somebody's hair.
Yeah.
And I was like talking to her and she goes, oh, I was hanging out with so-and-so and I played on one of your songs. I was like, wow, how does that just randomly pop up? And she was like, yeah, I played him like 4 songs.
Well, she's just playing your music, braiding someone's hair. Bro.
Yeah.
Listen to some heat.
She said that.
So I said this podcast started.
Which I don't care. I'm not gonna lie. I like my own songs.
Yeah.
Right? But I also learned Thunder doesn't like my songs.
That's crazy to me, to be honest.
Nah, it was crazy is the fact that she never told me until like basically we was like officially married.
Damn, so she's lied to you that whole time, huh?
She did. She said to me, she goes, I like the fact that you liked it. She goes, but I never liked it at all. Mind you, I'm over here in the car rapping to her, telling her my upcoming...
Thinking you're spitting some hot fire, bro.
Yeah, telling her my upcoming lyrics and songs I'm going to come out with, and then a whole concept for my mixtape, and she's just like encouraging me, and then...
She's like, yeah, I love that for you.
Yeah, I love it for you. But if you could stop doing it for me, that'd be great.
That's hilarious.
Based off of what I got here...
What we got?
The fact that I've been talking to you about being a dad for 6 years, but I didn't talk to you about it the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
But you've been asking me more about it in the last couple of years, especially ever since you asked me to be more open with you.
Yep.
Right? And I started telling you about fatherhood and all that. And now you are going to be a dad.
Yeah, any time now.
I don't think you ever told me how you found out. How did she like announce you she was pregnant?
So the day I found out I was actually working and she was off. So I came home from work and there was like a box on the table. So she's like, oh, open the box. I kind of already had an idea because she's been since we got married, she's been saying she wanted to have a kid. So I kind of knew it was coming. So I opened the box. There was a onesie in there. She had a nice little setup. I was like, how do you know? I was like, it's so early. She was like,
what do you mean? Like, how many weeks was she?
Like 3 weeks, maybe.
Okay.
So I'm like, how do you know? And she's like, Andrew, look. She opens up a box, bro. About 20 pregnancy tests in there that were all positive. I'm like, Jesus Christ. I'm like, 5 wasn't enough? You had to buy 20? And she's like, yeah, I wanted to make sure. I'm like, I'd say you're positive.
I'm not going to lie to you. The first thing I would have thought about is how much all those tests cost.
Bro, that's what I said. That's exactly what I said. And she wasn't even going to the store, bro. She was like getting it from Amazon Prime same day, like shipping. I'm like, what are you doing?
You know, that's a lot of urine.
Yeah, it's a lot of water she's been drinking, I guess.
At least she told you that nice way because...
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you how Thunder told me we were pregnant with Avery?
No.
So she would take a test and she would come back and it would be negative, right? And I could tell she took a test because she would always be down. And then one day I think we were watching TV and she went to upstairs or something real quick. So I didn't think anything of it. I think she went to change or something.
Yep.
And then she was like, Cricket, she was like, Cricket, go to daddy. And I was like, oh, come here, Cricket. So I go to pet her and I'm like, what is this wet thing on you? She had taped the stick on her collar and then the cap fell off. So I was just basically rubbing the pee. I was like, what is this wet thing? And then I looked and I was like, oh. And I was like, oh, you're pregnant. And she was like, yeah. And
that's awesome.
She has a video of it. So that's how she told me with Avery. With Blair, she gave me a CD.
Yep.
And all she wrote on it was something. She wrote something, I don't know. Right? But it basically was like, so I can know she was pregnant again. And so first I was like, oh, snap. You're pregnant again? And she's like, yeah. And then the second thing, I was like, what am I going to do with the CD? I got nothing to put the CD in. And she was like, no, there's nothing on the CD. It's blank CD. And I'm like, oh, you wasted a CD like that.
You should have put your tracks on there, bro.
I should have put my songs on there, released
You weren't even thinking.
I got the DVDs when we used to do the videos.
Record some new tracks.
When we used to do the videos, the music videos?
Yeah.
I got it. Should play it one day.
You should.
You know what? You should show it to Alex.
I don't think I was in those videos, bro. I think it was just you and Brandon.
I think I got you in there.
Maybe.
I think I got you in one.
Be a nice surprise.
I think I got you one. When you sent that photo the other day, Thunder looked at it, and she started laughing.
Why? Because you had hair?
No, because you're Mohawk.
Oh, yeah.
She was like, look at Andrew.
Yeah, I had a lot of different hairstyles.
I know.
That wasn't my worst one.
I don't know if you've had. What was your worst one?
Probably the Miguel.
I thought I liked the Miguel.
I'm lying. I actually like that. It was probably the
The
comb
Miguel
over.
was one
the
of your
comb over
best.
isn't me.
You did the comb over?
I had a comb over for a minute, bro.
Was this when I was living in Georgia?
Yeah.
Other thing I want to know
What's up?
is when we was in Vegas and you were saying I'm a good dad, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you know other people that are good dads. You notice at this point there's different parenting styles, right?
Yes.
And all that. Is there a particular like style or like a type of father that you want to be?
I don't know. That's a good question. I want to be like understanding dad.
Mm-hmm.
I want to definitely be like not strict, but definitely gonna have like ground rules. And I want my kid to be able to come to me for anything, like have that trust in me, kind of like how I have with like my dad. Like I tell him basically everything. He's kind of like my father, but he's also my friend, and I kind of want that with my kids.
Is there something that you would do different from not even what your dad did to you, but like from what you see other people, like where you're like, I definitely won't do that. Like for an example, I would say like, oh, I'm not gonna hit my kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
Before I had kids, well, I'm not hitting my kids. I'm gonna ground them. That's even worse. And sure enough, they get me upset, and then boom, they get a little pow pow.
Yeah.
Right? But it's like they kind of need it, but not until extensive. But like like one thing you say you're not gonna do, and you kind of do it. There's other things that I'm like, I definitely am not gonna do. Like for an example, whenever I got in trouble, and like probably your dad did it too. Like you got in trouble for something you didn't do, and they just basically was lashing out their frustrations onto you. And then after, I don't know if your dad did this part, but like after, like my parents wouldn't apologize. They just kind of like, oh, let's just move on. And when I got with Thunder, she was super big on sorry. She was like, no, you got to say sorry. And I was like, why I got to say sorry? You already know I'm sorry. She's like, no, you got to say sorry. So once I had Avery, that was one of the first things I would do. I would like come up to him and I would apologize to him. I would literally talk to him and be like, I'm sorry for this. I'm sorry for that. He would tell me it's okay. I'll tell him it's not okay. And I would like want him to know, like, what I mean? Like sometimes you're not wrong. I'm wrong. And I want you to be comfortable to talk to me, but I want to be comfortable to talk to you. So like, that's something like I definitely changed that I'd never liked, that I at times force myself to do it, but I think it has good impacts on him. I would say at the very least, if let's say it does nothing for him, it does a lot for me, because like I feel so much better after like I talked to him about it. So,
I definitely think
that's like an example for me.
I definitely think you'd appreciate that, because my parents were a little bit the same way. They wouldn't like be like, they're kind of like, I'm the parent, like I'm not wrong, So they never would necessarily give an apology, even though sometimes maybe you need one. I just think it's good to communicate with your kid for sure. But for me, I wanna have patience, because I feel like that's something I need to work on for sure. I want to have patience with my kid. I don't want to get frustrated with them about silly things. Just learn some patience.
It's probably the most challenging. So I do monthly challenges, and I haven't done it in the last few months, but for a while I was doing monthly challenges. One of my monthly challenges was not to like raise my voice to the kids, to kind of like practice that patience. Lasted 6 hours. It doesn't, like, it's tough, right?
Yeah.
So, but the patience grows. I would say like I'm way more patient with Blair than I was with Avery. And then Avery would have a lot of his accidents, and he still has them. And so like we kept like trying different tactics. And all the like parenting books were like, be patient, don't yell at them, it makes it worse. And I'm like, yeah, right? Like that's ideal world situation. But I won't lie, like as soon as like I was like, all right, let's really like practice that, his accidents went down, like all of those things. But it's tough, man. The patience is going to be probably your biggest challenge, especially you're a regimented person.
Yeah.
So you think you want to do the patience?
Definitely patience.
Is there anything else? Or what about like Alex? Does Alex ever talk to you about how you guys want to do it together?
Another big one. I don't ever want to have arguments in front of our kids. Like if we have a disagreement, whether it's parenting style, whatever, I kind of want to, let's put this to the side. We'll talk separately. I don't think our kid necessarily needs to see that, because then they can kind of like pick sides. I feel like that's something that you should do separately with your partner. And we both discussed that. That's something that we want to do. Hopefully. I mean, easier said than done, but
it's out there, right?
it's out there, yeah.
The only thing is now you're gonna have to, when that moment comes, remind yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you're gonna be like, okay. I think in the beginning you're gonna probably not do it because it's a newborn kid, right?
Yep.
They're not gonna know any better. But yeah, it's gonna get to a certain point where you're gonna be like, oh, they understand now.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's when you're gonna, if you haven't been doing it, then you're gonna really try to do it. Why do you want to not do it though?
I don't know. I just feel like growing up, I've seen a lot of like parents arguing, and I just feel like it's something you shouldn't do in front of your kid. I feel like it's something they shouldn't see because sometimes think about it, if you're mad and you're in an argument, you're just gonna say stuff, and you don't censor what you say, so your kids are gonna hear stuff that they probably shouldn't hear. So I don't know. I just feel like it's something that shouldn't be done in front of the kids.
What about drinking? You think
dude, I'm fine with that.
You think no? Because I have friends of mine who like won't drink at all in front
I don't want to be like drunk in front of my kids. No, but I don't see a problem with them having a beer. We grew up around drinking. I'm fine. My wife grew up around drinking. She's fine. It's part of our culture too, so it's kind of tough to be like, nah, I don't want to drink in front of my kids. We don't think of it as like a big deal, but I don't want to be plastered in front of my kid. No,
swearing.
I've been practicing it lately. I've been practicing that lately. I've been around kids, and like the other day I was at Brad and Alicia's house. They have a daughter, she's 2, and I swore, I dropped the F-bomb, and I was like, dude, I'm sorry, my bad, bro. He's like, it's fine. So like, I'm trying to do that, but it's gonna be tough. Like, again, I grew up around swearing. I turned out fine.
So maybe just pick out like a good substitute word, right? Like TJ would say meatball. Remember, like, you guys are dumb meatball. I don't know if you remember that. You say that a lot.
No.
And so maybe you could pick like a easy swear word.
Like, what the frick, dude?
Nah, I don't like stuff like that. Honestly.
I'm joking.
I don't like stuff like that. But like, I don't know, like shit or something.
I always just say like sheesh, like sheesh, sheesh.
So you're not gonna say any swear words at all?
No, I'll probably say like shit. Not a big deal.
Yeah, that's the word.
It's probably like
we was allowed to say that.
It's probably the F-bombs. I say that a lot.
So here's funny. I was like, I'm not gonna swear in front of the kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we swear here and there in front of the kids, probably more than we realize. And I thought about it because I was like, my mom and dad don't swear. And then I was like, wait a minute, yeah, they swore all the time. They just swore in Portuguese.
I was about to say just a different language, bro.
And so it's only awkward if I hear it in English.
Yeah.
Because then I'm like, oh, they're swearing, right? But when I hear it all the time in Portuguese, it never felt like they were swearing at all.
Yeah.
It just felt like, like my parents, like if someone was to ask me, I'm like, my parents don't swear. Like that's how I was like, they don't swear. It's only because they swear in a different language. So it's always like what you ingrained with.
Yeah.
And then what you change. Oh, the other things I want to know about you is the excitement part. So your Labor Day versus your first day home.
Mm-hmm.
How do you think those 2 days are gonna go?
I feel like the day that she's actually giving birth, I'm gonna be like right now. I feel good. I'm cool. I'm calm.
Yeah.
But the actual day, like I'm gonna be a little nervous. I feel like it's normal, but I'm just nervous at the fact that she's gonna be giving birth. I don't know. You just don't know what to expect, and you just hope everything goes good, and you want to make sure she's good and the baby's good. It's a lot going on. And then obviously like probably the first day I'll probably be a little nervous because like, all right, we're at the hospital. Because I've never had a baby before, so you have help at the hospital. You have the nurses that kind of helping you with things, and then now I got to go home with this little being that I have to take care of for the rest of my life. But I feel like the first couple of days will probably be an adjustment for sure. Probably longer than that. I'm probably giving myself a lot of credit, but at least I have someone with me to help me through it. We're doing it together. But I'm excited, man. Like finish the nursery. I'm ready to go.
Yeah. Do you think it would be? So you kind of said it, but like, you think you'd be more nervous that day you get home?
I'll be more nervous for the labor, not going home.
I would bet you're gonna be super nervous that first car drive home.
I'll probably be driving mad slow.
So we had Avery, and I was ready to rock. I was like, we out of here. I had him in the car seat. Nurse came. I was like, we're going. Like, you guys are bothering us. I'm more comfortable home. We had Blair.
Yeah.
And I mean, I was more nervous driving home with Blair than I was with Avery. And I don't know if it's because she was smaller or it was because like we got used to Avery's size or something. I don't know what it was, but you would think I would have been more comfortable. And on the drive home, she did like a little wail.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say I pulled over that car so quick to check on her, I thought the seatbelt was choking her.
Yeah.
Like, we was like, oh my gosh, what was that? And then that's when we looked at each other, like, we're acting like brand new parents. Like, this is weird. So the drive home is, you're probably going to be super cautious. You're going to be looking at other people like, hey, slow down, relax. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In the hospital, I'll be honest, the labor is pretty chill for the most part. Like, it was for us. Like, we had, like, she was pushing for 3 hours. Like, that was the worst of it. But, like, I brought my Switch. We were playing the Switch in there. It was actually pretty chill when she was induced, and
Yeah.
she also did epidural. You can do epidural?
I think she wants one for sure, yeah.
So Thunder tried to be a thug and was like, I'm not going to do the epidural.
Yeah, but once you hit that point, you can't even...
And you can't go back.
Yeah.
So that's why I told her, I was like, so the nurse was like, you guys thinking about... I said, yes, we are. She's like, and she was like, I'm asking mom. I was like, listen, mom's going to say no. And then she's going to get a little bit of those cramps. And she's going to be like, give me the epidural. And at that point, they're going to be like, I'm sorry, you can't do it. And she's going to regret it. So
Point of no return.
Yeah, I was like, give her the epidural now because it takes a little time before you guys get it. And then it takes a little time to kind of kick in. She's like, no, it's kind of instant. But I'm like, still. And then so, because you're in the health field, so but like, she can't move at all.
No.
And so I'm like holding. So I have a photo of it where I took a selfie while she was getting epidural done. And sure enough, man, she was like so happy. She's like, oh, I'm so glad I got that epidural. She's like, you were so right. Because we knew people who did natural births and they always like, it's overrated. Don't even bother. You get no extra points for it.
No.
So the epidural, definitely do the epidural.
She definitely, I'm almost positive she definitely wants it.
Yeah, sometimes, sometimes they get it too good. And like their legs are just like numb.
Yeah.
And they can't like stand for like hours after.
I'm not gonna lie though, like an image of a needle going in your spine kind of freaks me out a little bit, but that's all they do all day long.
Bro, the image is, the needle's like 6 inches or something. It's insane.
Yeah.
But it's super thin. Like my thing is like, I think it's gonna like break how thin it is and it's going in your spine.
Yeah. Creeps me out a little bit, but they know what they're doing.
Yeah, but yeah, that's the thing. You gotta be like, you know what you're doing.
They know what they're doing.
When we had Avery, the nurse was like, oh, I just won an award for like this, right? And then someone else was like, oh, I just won an award for that. And this person just won. I was like, yeah, well, we got the A team. Like, we got like the only like good people in the hospital for us. And they probably were lying, right? But it was trying to make us feel comfortable. But the labor was good. Avery went the other way than he was supposed to. So they had to suction him out and he had his big cone head.
Yeah.
But besides that, everything was fine, like from the labor's perspective. First day is kind of weird. It's just like,
it's a full ass, like, you got a full baby with you.
Yeah, but it's like I think it's like your first immediate, like you sent me the picture of you with the car seat in the back.
Yeah, dude.
And it's your first realization of like, oh, I live a new life now. But
strollers in the back.
You have a stroller in the back already?
Strollers in the trunk, bro. Might as well. Taking up room in the house.
It's not gonna stay in the trunk.
Yeah, because the stroller, you just pop that bad boy right in, dude.
Which one you get?
I don't know. It's like you take it out of the like seat, the car seat. You take it out and then it pops right in.
No, because they have those new ones that like the car seat can turn into a stroller.
It could go into the stroller.
Yeah, so you got the one that goes into the stroller. Yeah.
So the stroller's like nothing. It's just wheels, and then you pop it right in.
Are you gonna expect people to come? Are you gonna want people to come visit you the first day?
The first day, like at the hospital?
No, I wouldn't even like.
No,
if I was you, I would tell nobody not to visit you at the hospital.
Nah, it's just immediate family for the hospital.
But I'm talking about at home.
Yeah, I don't know. It's really gonna be up to. She's the one who gave birth, So it's really gonna be up to how she's feeling, and then we'll go from there. But we're definitely gonna expect visitors. I mean, I hope. I don't think I want a bunch of people at once. It's gonna be like increments, but yeah.
when you get there, you gotta call us so we can buy you food.
All right.
I'm telling you, bro.
Now, I know we do the same thing. Like a couple of our friends, when they had babies, we bought them food because the last thing they're thinking about is cooking.
Yeah, and it's like the first help you're gonna get that you don't want to get. You're like, I don't want to start off getting help. Like, I don't need you to get me food. I'll be fine, man. And then as soon as you walk in the door, like, you don't realize how tiring the hospital experience is. That you're like, yo, call so and so, get that food. It's helpful, man.
Yeah.
I'm glad we got our pizza when they sent us the pizza. So the first day, when you have the Labor Day, and you think you're gonna like, what do you think you're gonna like? Guys just want to chill at the house in the beginning, like, or anything like that?
Probably just chill. Yeah, chill. Get adjusted to having her there. Just try to figure out a little bit of. I mean, you ain't really gonna be able to get a schedule, but try to figure out how we're gonna do this thing. I don't know, because I know she can't really like, because we were talking about it when she finally gets there, like cleared to like do a little bit of movement. I mean, it's New England. Sometimes in November, it's nice outside still. So we want to go for like little walks in our neighborhood.
You're having a winter baby.
Yeah. Well, hopefully, October baby.
What if you had a Halloween baby?
Dude, spooky baby.
Is that what you would want?
Yeah. Dude, so the other day we're at Marshall's and I don't even know what we went there for. But we were in line. You know how when you wait in line at Marshall's, they always have like candles and a bunch of random shit. So they had a book. It was like the gold back book, and it was A Nightmare Before Christmas. And I looked at her, I said, I gotta buy this. She's like, that's a good idea. I'm like, yeah. What if we have a spooky baby?
Since you mentioned the book, you have any like nighttime routines you're gonna try to establish? Because I know you like the white noise. Are you gonna try to do anything?
I mean, she has we bought like a little hatch, so it has like different sounds you can put. It has music, and then it has different lighting. But we put up bookshelves right next to where we sit, right next to the crib, and we want to read because we got a shit ton of books from the baby shower. So I just want to like read to the baby. That's gonna probably be our nightly routine. I'll probably read to the baby. Probably watch Sunday Night Football in one hand. Yeah.
You know how you want to hold the baby?
Dude, I don't know.
You haven't figured out your...
It's probably my left.
Yeah, but do you think you do the two-hand or the football way? I hold both my kids like a football, one-handed. They just balance on the forearm.
I don't know, man. Whatever feels right at the moment, that's what I'm going to go with.
So what if you saw me holding your baby like that? You think you'd freak out?
Nah, you got 2 kids. I trust you.
You'll be fine?
Yeah. I mean, have you ever dropped one of your kids?
Nah. Well, yeah, but no.
Yeah, you're a little hesitant on that.
Nah. No, I mean, not as a baby. I mean, one time I was at Derek's house and I was holding Blair, and, his friend's wife was pregnant. And I was like, these kids, man, they act like they're fragile. They're like super durable. And as I'm talking, Blair just like flips right out of my arms, like right onto the patio. But she was like over 1, and I just picked her up. I'm like, see what I'm talking about? She's fine. She don't even know what's going on. Like,
yeah, maybe you hold my baby with 2 hands. Yeah.
But Blair was like, I said she was over 1, but I never dropped a baby per se. I mean, they're small. They're so tiny. There's like...
No, they are durable, though, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, it's the only time you can literally put their leg to touch their head backwards, and it's nothing. Like, they won't be normal.
Yeah.
What is probably the thing you think is going to scare you the most? As
in what? Like, just having the baby?
No, just in fatherhood.
Fatherhood? It sounds weird, but like my kid liking me,
As a friend?
Yeah, just like I don't know.
Like you think you're not gonna be able to do the distinction between dad and friend?
Not that. It's just I don't know.
What does that mean? I don't even know what it means.
I don't know. Maybe I just want my kid to like me. I don't know.
You don't want them to like you?
No, I want them to like me.
Oh, so you're afraid that they won't like you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I was like, what do you mean?
But other than that, honestly, I don't know.
Yeah, it sounds like you're just really going with the flow.
I'm just going with the flow, bro. It's a very unpredictable thing. Like I've never had a baby, so I don't know. You can't really. I'm the type of person who fixates on things, so like, there's nothing for me to like fixate on. I'm just gonna let it happen, and then I'll adapt.
You think you're gonna probably like go so far in, you might take too much time away from yourself?
Like you said, focus, like just focus on having it, like the kid, like just
Yeah, some people they
just
get
focus
so,
on being a father. You're saying.
yeah, some people go so far in they forget about their personal time.
Me and Alex have actually talked about this a lot. Because she's honestly my best friend. You know that I've said it multiple times. We like to travel. We like to have date nights. So we've talked about it that we want to make sure that we still find time for us, whether it's like winding down after putting the kid down or like having weekends getaways. Definitely have to have us time. So that's definitely not a priority, but something that we definitely need to keep in mind.
Do it early. So Avery's born. I think he was like 3 days old. We took him to the movies.
Yeah.
Right. Blair, her first like 2 days, we was at Roger Williams Park. Like, do it early because it's just you want the baby to get used to you, not you used to the baby.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So like when people be like, "Shh, be quiet," it's like, no. The baby needs to get used to our life, our volume. You know what I mean? So definitely do that time for yourself.
Oh, for sure, bro. You think I'm gonna be quiet during a Falcons game?
No, but you know,
Kirk Cousins throwing an intel late, 2 minutes left in the game. No.
Yeah, you're gonna have your baby. Or I can't wait to put Patriots gear on it.
Yeah, not happening.
Why?
No. She already has a bunch of Falcon stuff, bro. People already bought us a bunch of stuff, so. But yeah, dude, you remember like I don't know about you, but you remember like being a kid, you're at a party and you're tired and you like fall asleep somewhere and you wake up, there's coats on you?
Mm-hmm.
Probably gonna be the same way with my kid.
Yep. Just Blair sleeps on the island chair.
Yeah.
She like intentionally goes in the swivel chair and she just cuddles on the ball and just goes sleep there.
You can't create like a perfect environment to sleep in because otherwise they're never gonna sleep.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad you're talking about like time for yourself because again, not a lot of people don't think like that. They get so consumed in the baby that they forget like you have your personal life, right? Like you had a personal life before kids, you have to have a personal life after.
You're your own person.
Yeah, like with your wife, without your wife, with your kids, without your kids, you know. But it is crazy. Like as you saw, we went to Vegas. Like immediately, I'm like, I kind of miss my kids.
Yeah.
Like I'm excited to be like, oh, I got 3 days like on my own, and then it's like the first like 24 hours go by, and I'm like, it's kind of weird.
Yep.
Like I don't have them here. Like I just wanted to say hi, and that's it. I want to get back to me, but I wanted to say hi, and then get back to it. Because that's how important they become in your day. You're literally day to day. It's I don't know. It's a little weird to think about life before I had the kids. Like it's like immediately a distant memory. As soon as like that first day, like as soon as you come home, you're like, I don't even remember what it was like to not have the baby.
Yeah.
That's how fast it is. Like, can you remember that? Like we can just get up and go. Like you can, right? But you can't at the same time because the baby's tired. You're like, oh, we want the baby to sleep. Because if we move, because again, you don't know what kind of baby you're going to get. So you're like, we move, the baby's going to wake up and it's going to go like, it took 2 hours to put it down. Now it's going to take another 2 hours to put her back, down again. So small stuff like that's so fast that you notice the change in your lifestyle, but in so many positive ways. Like you will notice, you said you're nervous about like Alex. You don't know how she's going to feel. Those mother instincts come out immediately. Like she'll be so tired. And as soon as she sees the baby, she's like, I got to feed the baby. I have all this energy. Is the baby okay? This and that. Make sure you do your skin to skin.
Oh, for sure, bro. I'm going to do mad push-ups.
Why?
You gotta look bulky, bro, for that picture, man. You gotta nestle. my baby has to nestle on a nice cushion, so you get the blood flowing there.
Yeah, don't even care if the baby's clean or not.
No, I don't care, bro.
Yeah. Again, some people care, but like put the baby on you and just chill. Oh man, I kind of wish I could do skin to skin again. Like at that moment, it's such a special moment. I love that moment.
I'm definitely gonna cry. Like people have been asking me, they're like, you gonna cry? I'm like, yeah. 100%. How can you not?
I didn't cry.
Really?
Not neither one.
I'm not surprised though. I'm not really
a crier. Like
you're kind of thuggish.
Something's broken there. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to cry. I just look at her and I'm like, this is a good moment to cry. But I just can't.
I didn't think I was gonna cry at my wedding. I cried.
Yeah, you was balling.
That was That was a thug ass cry though. Don't even front.
So, so here's the thing: the way you was crying, I
Like
looked
one
at,
tear.
I looked at Thunder after, and I said, "Man, I almost cried." She lost her mind. She's like, "How you gonna cry for him and you didn't cry for us?" I'm like you said, I was like, that was a thug cry, babe. Like that was different.
Yeah, man, it was a thug cry.
It was a different cry.
Yeah.
It was nice, though. Man. The wedding was beautiful, though.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a good time.
The wedding was super good. I can't wait for you to be a dad now that Avery has someone else to play with, Blair. Especially Blair wants some girl time, so with you having a girl, it's gonna be great. And then I can drop them off at your house and have sleepovers without you wanting it. It's gonna be great.
Nice. Yeah.
You think?
I'm excited because there's a lot of little kids around on both sides. Like my side and her side. Like 2 of her cousins just had little girls, so it's exciting.
So can she sleep over here sooner than later?
Well, we'll see. Bro. What do you mean sooner than later, bro? She's not even here yet.
No, I know. But when she gets here, like we're talking like when she's like 2 or 3. Can she sleep over?
Probably not.
Oh my god. Why? Too young?
Too young, bro. We'll see. We'll figure it out.
It's never too young.
We got years to figure that out, bro.
What you and Alex talking about? You said you guys have had a lot of discussions already, which is awesome. Have you guys discussed about how you guys want to parent? Because she might want to parent different than you.
I don't know if we really talked about like a parenting style. We just talked about, like I said, if we have like, say she feels she needs to parent a certain way or I do, not to discuss that in front of them, like in front of our kids, to like have that discussion, like, all right, you do what you gotta do. We'll come back and discuss it after. I don't think we really discussed like a parenting style. Like I feel like I'm gonna be like not strict. What's the word I'm looking for? Kind of like stern. Stern, but like also like I give leeway. Like not too strict. Like be understanding, give them a little bit of leeway so they can learn themselves. But I don't know. We don't really have like a parenting style, I don't think.
Well, let me say this. So like, let's say she does something, right? Because you're gonna learn. It's one of those things, right? You learn as you go. So she does something you don't agree with, but like that's like something you notice like is her pattern. What are your thoughts gonna be? Like, you want my advice?
Sure, yeah, because I don't know where you're going with this. So yeah.
All right. So there's certain times where I may play with the kids even a certain way that she's like, I don't like you're too rough or whatever, right? And one of the advice we got was like, kind of just let her parent kind of a little bit to an extent, right? Like, you can't be like night and day, but to an extent, let her do some of her way and let me do some of my way.
Mm-hmm.
And then to your point, like when we disagree, like we kind of talk about it. There's sometimes like I may discipline him and I don't know if it's something she would necessarily discipline. Not how, but like on that act.
Yeah.
And so I would do it. I would do the discipline. And then later I would ask her, do you agree?
Yeah.
And she would say, yes or no. But there's certain times she says no, right? But she's like, but she's like, I get it at that, that the dad's going to be a little different than the mom or whatever in certain things. So like that type of stuff. But like there's so many times where you don't want to like go against, like you're saying, like you don't want to say like yes, and then mom comes and says no right after you, and like and it vetoes you. It's so confusing, but it's confusing for the kid, demoralizing for you.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So then again, that's what I'm saying. Like advice is kind of let them parent a little bit their way, to an extent.
That's why I think communication is huge. Like, say you're just trying to your kid does something, I discipline them with whatever way I thought it was right at the time. And then my wife's like, wasn't really feeling the way you did that. Come back after, we have a discussion, maybe in bed or something, and be like, why did you feel that way? What could I have done differently? How would you have done it? I just think being able to communicate with your partner is huge.
Yeah.
Just communication is definitely big.
Yeah, y'all sounding pretty solid pre-hand already, though.
Who knows, bro? We'll see.
Yeah, because again, you never know the kid you're gonna get.
Exactly.
That kid can come out and can be colicky.
Colicky.
Right? Yeah,
that southern twang's coming out, bro.
I can't say certain words, man.
I could tell. Like diapers. I got a lot of diapers.
I say diapers fine.
It's diapers.
Diapers sounds such like a force.
At the bottom of your podcast, I think you could put like a thing where you vote on how do you say it. Please put that on there and be like, is it diapers or is it diapers?
I can and I will.
All right.
I will. I'll ask people right at that second. Is it diapers or diapers?
Whoever wins owes that person a round of drinks.
Beer?
Yeah.
Or tequila?
It's beer.
Yeah, you like your beer.
Yeah.
But you do your tequila.
Yeah, here and there.
Your dad got me on the bourbon.
Yeah?
Yeah, I definitely like the bourbon.
He got a good one the other day for his birthday.
Yeah?
My Uncle Julio bought it. I don't like bourbon.
But you like that one?
I tried it. I was like, wow. Because it had like flavors in it. I don't know. It was good.
Yeah, sometimes some people even know how to make, like, let's say, an old fashioned. Like, they make it top notch. You're like, why is this one so great?
It's called like Old Smoky or some shit. I don't know.
Oh.
Not Old Smoky. I don't know. He sent me a picture. I'll have to show you later. It was good though. I don't even like bourbon.
I like that set you got him. Like how he can make
the smoker set.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. He loves that. He thinks he's so cool when you go over. He'd be like, especially when you go over, he's like, "You want a bourbon?" He'd be like, "Yeah."
Yeah, because
you want it smoked?
Yeah, I pull out the works. Listen, I'm like, pull it out, man. I want it.
He's like, what do you want? I got cherry wood, I got hickory. But yeah, it's all hype.
Yeah, but he tries to be all humble about it. He's like, are you sure you want that, kid? And I'm like, you know you want to give it, so yeah, give it to me. I want it. I'll take 2 of them. So, but I like hanging with your pops, man.
Yeah, he's cool.
Yeah, your pops is definitely, you and your pops definitely got that like father-son friendship duo.
Yeah, I mean, we obviously when I was a kid, we didn't always get along because he was a little strict on me, but
he had you super young.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, honestly, it was I'm 30, right, and I'm about to have my first kid, and like obviously, like you have things you're a little nervous about. Imagine being 18.
I know.
Him and my mom are 18, and look at them, dude. They're doing great. I couldn't imagine doing what they did.
Now imagine having a kid at 18, right?
Yeah.
Like you said, 30. Look at all the life stuff you got to do until like you have your first kid, and your dad basically had to try to do that while he had you, and going to college for 15,000 years, right? your dad was in college since the Stone Age, bro.
Yeah, bro.
He was in there for so long, but like you said, like
got it done, man. Working full time. Yeah.
There's like with that, right? In your relationship with your dad, does that like at any way like have any impact on you? Like you said, like you look at him and like do you have more, now that you having a kid, do you look at your dad differently and be like, oh, I have a little bit more appreciation for him, or you realize the impact and the value he brought, doing that?
I definitely have a lot of respect for him and my mom. Because like I said, I'm 30, I'm in a good spot, I have a good job. Still some things I'm a little nervous about. He was 18, not even out of high school yet, just graduated. He was going to college, working full time, trying to figure out how to be a dad. That's like, imagine trying to get your whole life together and have a kid at the same time. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That's remarkable. They're only 50, and look at them. They're about to be grandparents. They're chilling. Like, they're in a good spot.
Is that who you're going to go to first for advice, you think? Is your dad, since you guys are so close?
Probably. And he was also put in a very tough situation, and I feel like I turned out fine. Like, think about people who have kids very young, there's obstacles they have to overcome. Like, I don't know. I just feel like I'd probably go to him first, yeah.
Is there like any special memories you have when you was younger with your pops?
There's one vivid memory I have when I was a kid. It was my birthday. It was the day before my birthday. I was in 2nd grade, right? Maybe 3rd grade.
You had like the 15-year-old head?
No, it was grown in by then. Yeah, it was grown in by then. But it was the day before my birthday. He picked me up from school early, and he had Celtics tickets in the box seats to go see Celtics Wizards. And I was a huge you saw Jordan's last game, right? I saw his last game in TD Garden. And I was a huge Michael Jordan fan. And he picked me up. We had a day. We went to Boston, took the T. Then I didn't even go to school the next day because it was my actual birthday. That's like probably my most fondest memory I have of me and my dad. That was one of the best days of my life.
Is that something like you're gonna do with your kids? Like take them to the game now?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm taking my kids to the games. Hell yeah. But it's just it was like a surprise because like my dad was always so busy, you know, like he was always working. He'd work during the day. He'd be in school at night. So I wouldn't see him all the time. But for him to come surprise me, pick me up from school early, and then I'm going to a game, that was the best thing in the world.
How old were you?
I was in like second or third grade. I think it was like 8 or 9.
And that stuck with you to this day, huh?
Yeah.
It was just so good because he picked you up, and
it was everything about it. I got out of school early. It was my birthday. I saw Michael Jordan play, and I went to go watch it with my dad. That was great.
Were you even a basketball fan then?
I was a bigger basketball fan back then than football. I didn't like football that much when I was a little kid.
Is there anything that you didn't get to do with your dad that you want to do now, or you will do with the kid?
I feel like it's not a dig at my dad. He was busy doing shit. He was working. He was in school. Not dig at him all. I just want to be able to spend more time with like my kid. Like I feel like there's a lot of things I wasn't able to do with my dad. Like not like he wouldn't take me to the park or anything. He used to take me to the park. He used to take me to the movies, all that stuff. But like be able to spend time with my kid like on a consistent basis.
Yeah. So that's
like I want a good work-life balance, you know?
Yeah, that's super important. I mean, one thing I didn't have with my dad really ever was like any activities.
Yeah.
We didn't really do any activities together. Like there was times he'd take me to the basketball court and he would shoot around. As funny as it is, though.
Yeah, I was about to say your dad used to shoot basketballs, bro.
Yeah, I don't even remember how he would shoot, right? But he would take me sometimes, and it was his idea, which was weird, right? Like I thought he would want to play soccer or something, but he would do that, and I used to always look forward to it, and then it randomly stopped. And I ain't gonna lie, I got real resentment on it. Like when I was trying out for the high school basketball team, he was like, he's like, "Oh, can I watch you try out?" And I was like, "No." I was like, "You never wanted to hang out with me before. You want to hang out with me now?" I was like, "No, you can't hang out with me." And he was like, "Okay." He didn't fight it, and he left. I felt real good at the moment.
Yeah.
Like when I was like, "No," but when he drove away, like I felt real bad. And that's like to this day probably like a vivid memory for me. Like I kind of probably should have let him watch me play.
But you were a kid, man.
Yeah, but like, you know what I mean? Like that lack of activity stuck with me where it's like, no, man, like I wanted more activity. I wanted more time with him. I wanted to like, you know, do stuff. Like we used to play chess a lot. I did enjoy chess. We played cards a little bit, but like that was nothing.
So that's
no,
why,
not chess. I'm sorry, checkers. We used to play a lot of checkers.
So that's why
he's a cheater.
That's why you cheat.
No, he's
you
a
get
cheater.
it from him. No,
because when you play checkers, you got to know two ways. You got to know Eddie's way, or you got to know the real way.
He skips.
He does.
He's like, I jump this way, that way. I'm like, what?
Yeah, he makes his own moves. Yeah, and so I know how to play his way. But like checkers is what I do. So like Avery likes chess. So sometimes we play chess. That's why we play.
Ave plays chess?
Yeah, he likes chess.
Wow.
He likes chess a lot.
That's awesome.
Yeah. He'd be asking me to play. To be honest, I feel like I play with him all the time, but I never feel like I play with him enough.
What do you feel like your favorite activity to do with Avery or Blair is, or both of them? Like, do you have a favorite thing you like to do with them?
I don't think I have a single favorite thing I like to do. What I like is like on the activities is I like to be able to give him the liberty to explore activities.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that like he tries soccer or he tries baseball or he does swim, right? Like I'm like, hey, let's try put him in art. Let's try to like do this. I enjoy that, like giving him that a specific activity and like an individual one. Like I would say there isn't one, because like when I talked about the dad guilt, like that's just one thing I always have. I always feel like I'm not doing enough.
Mm-hmm.
I always feel like I can be better. I can spend more time with him. Like the other day, I text Thunder, and I was like, "Hey, I feel so bad. Like, I noticed we're home a lot. Like we're doing stuff, but like I'm like we're home a lot, and I'm doing a lot of home stuff." And so I was like, I put it into like my calendar to say like every day at like 6 o'clock, 6 or 7, like we got to do a family time. So like I'm gonna force myself to go like to the park with him. I'm gonna like force myself to like like be mindful of that. Like, hey, this is like play chess, whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I just feel like for me, like that's what he deserves. Like, again, I didn't really get a lot of that activity with my pops, and even though I give him a lot, I just want him to have more of it. Like I want him to have more outside time. I'm noticing I'm not giving him enough of that.
Yeah.
And so I don't have a single thing yet. What I do say I like though is when he goes to bed every night, before I go to bed, I walk in their room and I check them, each one of them. I do that every night. I'm enjoying the phases. Like, the beginning was rushing, like, can't wait till they talk. Or I can't wait until like they come in our, like, I literally remember the first time he came in our room in the middle of the night. And like Thunder was like, oh my, and I was like, oh yes, we're here now. We're at this phase. Like he's gone to sleep with us. And then it was like terrible, right? Because it's like every night he wants to be with us. Like even to this day, he still comes in our bed every night. Blair comes in our bed every night. But I'm at the point where I'm just like, and this really happened when I had Blair, where I'm realized like, oh, I can't rush the phases.
Yeah, you gotta enjoy them as they come, man. Because I don't have a kid yet, but everyone says it flies by.
Yeah, and so I'm like, you know what? He wants to come in every night. Fine. And he's very attached to me. Like that's clear. Like, Blair was sleeping on my side for like a week or so, and he came in the middle of the night. He's like, when am I going to be able to sleep on your side? And I was like, you sleep on my side every night. He's like, yeah, but not this whole week. And so I was like, okay, tomorrow, because she was super comfortable. I was like, tomorrow you can come on my side, because I knew he was coming.
Yeah.
And so he came. And sure enough, he was like, I want to be on your side. But she was like, I don't want to move. So I had to be like, okay, how about I go in the middle and you guys could be on the side of me. So like, I enjoyed that. Like, that's like what I enjoy the most. Like me, now that I have the mindset of like, but knowing the realization I'm in a phase and then like, okay, let me like not rush it and like bask in it and really try to have the memories of it. It's probably really, I say it's my favorite right now. It'll change, it'll change. But as of that, that's it. And then the memory I'm looking forward to having that hasn't happened yet is when he's an adult or when she's an adult and they come over for dinner and they complain to me how life sucks. And I just listen to it and be like, yeah, all right, that's your problem. You know what I mean? Like you get through it and like just like, give them advice and like encouragement. Like I'm looking forward to the dinner conversations. Like that's probably like the next thing I'm like really like waiting on is that like they come over that every so often type of thing. Like when you hang out with your dad every so often.
Yeah.
That's for me is the favorite memory that hasn't happened yet.
Okay.
Is there anything you're looking forward to like that?
I'm looking forward to, because like as a kid, as I gotten older, once my dad was done with school, we'd have dinner together every day. And I love that. We just sit at the dinner table together. We'd eat, talk about our days. Love that. I want to be able to do that with my kids and my wife. Obviously, going to be a little difficult because our work schedule is a little weird. But whenever we have time off, I want to eat dinner together at a table. I don't know why, but I just love the idea of that.
Yeah, it's important. Again, I'm trying to figure out like a solid hour block. It's just hard to figure out like your life. It's tough. Like there's not enough time in a day.
No.
But if you can like do that, like you like, hey, we're going to carve this time out. This is our family time. And then you protect that time. That's going to be dope.
Especially when they get older. I feel like, especially when kids get older, they don't like chilling with their parents like teenagers. I feel like that kind of forces them to sit at the table while they're eating and just talk about stuff. Even now, I just like going out to eat because you're sitting down, you're just shooting the shit with people, So when you have a kid, especially if they're a teenager, they don't always want to hang with their parents. So it kind of forces them to sit with you, spend that time, and probably talk about things they probably wouldn't want to talk to you about.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see you as a...
Yeah, me too, man.
As a dad. And then, think about it, bro.
Can't wait to rock that, like, front backpack with the baby in it.
Are you going to do the backpack or are you going to do, like, the wrap?
Are you talking about, like a swaddle wrap? No, it's like the one we have is like a strap. It's like a backpack.
So it's actual backpack. Yeah. Yeah, we did, like, it was like
old school
3-foot wrap. Yeah. It was great.
Yeah, bro, you can get a lot done.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, I mean, I put them in there quick. We go shopping. We do everything. They like sleep so comfortable. You get your day done. If not, it's the worst. Like you said, you can't do anything.
I gotta watch the Falcons game with her in there.
It's gonna be different. Think about it. Let me ask you this, and then I kind of we'll go play pool, and I'll go bust you in pool.
All right. I'll play a game of pool now. I'm gonna go home, check on Alex.
All right. Oh yeah, do that. So yeah. So I want remember how different it was when I first had the kid.
No, because you were down south.
Yeah, but the mindset. He was like, John got a kid.
Yeah, it was weird.
It was weird, right?
It was weird. Yeah.
And then when I kept coming over with a kid, and you're like, oh, this kid's
normal
yours.
now.
Like, yeah, it's normal. But at the time, it was a little different.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like that for you. I can't wait. Until I see you get frustrated over easy stuff, right? Because I'm gonna start laughing.
Well, I'm kind of glad I'm having a girl first, because I feel like if I had a boy first, I'd be a little bit more like a little strict, a little less patient. But I feel like that girl's gonna bring out the softer side of me. I'm gonna have a little bit more patience. I don't know, like a daddy's girl type of thing. So, yeah.
Yeah, I just can't wait till the kid does something they're not supposed to, and you're gonna be like, "Oh my god!" I'm gonna be past that phase.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be looking back like, yeah.
I remember what that was like.
Yeah, and I'm gonna I'm not even gonna look at the kid. I'm gonna look at you just laughing, like how frustrated you're gonna get, especially when you're like, "Oh my god, it's like the sixth time in the last hour of whatever." I'm gonna be, and then I'm gonna go home and tell Thunder about it. Yeah. But all right, cuz let's go get a game.
All right.
I'm looking forward to playing you in pool.
Bust your ass real quick.
And yeah, again, thanks for coming on to my podcast, Times with Dad.
Thanks for having me, man. I've been dying to come on here.
Yeah, I mean,
by the way, has anyone told you have like a really good radio voice?
They have actually.
Why'd your voice just change when I said that?
I don't know,
You
but
go, they have actually.
it's a little weird. Like people's been messaging me. So, in any little small business that I've had,
yeah,
I promote this harder.
Yeah.
More comfortable, right? And people actually start slowly asking, like, "Hey, I heard you got a podcast. Let me get a link." So they'll hear it, and then immediately, like, "Hey, man, you got a nice voice. You sound pretty good. Like you sound." And then they always say the same thing. You sound like a real podcast. And I'm like,
what does that even mean?
I'm like, oh yeah. And then someone the other day was like, "Bro, your aura is so good." I was like, "Oh yeah, thanks."
You definitely have a radio voice.
Yeah.
But as soon as I said that, you did switch up the inflection in your voice. You were like, "Oh yeah."
Everybody, thank you for joining Times with Dad. Until next time.
Until next time.
Yeah, I've heard it, man. What do you want to tell you?